You think you'll be able to guess at least half of these British cars from the 1970s? I doubt it, but you can try. For every correct answer, you'll get 2 points. At the end of the video, you'll see your score. Alright, enough talking, let's start. Alright, do you think this is the Jaguar XJ6 from 1970? Or could it be the Lotus Europa from 1973? The Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow from 1970? Or perhaps the Aston Martin V8 from 1972? You have 10 seconds to answer. Time starts now. This is the Aston Martin V8 from 1972. If you guessed it right, congratulations. You just earned 2 points. Now, let's move on to the next car. Could this be the Morris Marina, 1970? Or perhaps the MGB GT, 1970? Maybe it's the Jaguar E-Type Series 3 V12, 1971? Or could it be the Bentley T-Series, 1970? This is the Jaguar E-Type Series 3 V12 from 1971. Known for its breathtaking design and powerful V12 engine, it's a car that truly defined British motoring in the 70s. Let's keep going and test your skills further. Here are your options. The iconic Mini Cooper S from 1970, known for its racing success and compact charm. The sporty Triumph TR6 from 1974. The innovative Rover SD1 from 1976, a sleek, futuristic hatchback that turned heads in the 70s. The reliable Ford Cortina MK3 from 1970. The correct answer is Mini Cooper, a true icon in the world of small cars. It's got that perfect balance of style and performance. Let's keep things rolling and move on to the next classic beauty. Here are your options. Could it be the Land Rover Series 3 1971? Maybe it's the Jaguar XK150 1970s. Or perhaps the Rolls-Royce Corniche 1971? Could it be the Sunbeam Tiger 1973? Which one do you think it is? The correct answer is Rolls-Royce Corniche 1971, known for its unmatched luxury. It wasn't just a car. It was practically a palace on wheels. Interestingly, its name Corniche comes from a French word meaning coastal road, fitting for a car meant to glide effortlessly along scenic routes. Alright, let's shift gears and move on to the next machine of mystery. Here are your options. Lotus Elon Sprint 1973, Morris Minor 1000 1970, Singer Chamois 1970s, Triumph TR6 1970 to 1976. This time, we're talking about the Triumph TR6. Well, if you guessed it right, you're in for a treat. And if not, don't worry, there's more coming. Let's move on. What about this car? Could it be Jaguar XJ6 1972? Or maybe Aston Martin DBS 1970s, a classic with a sleek design and a James Bond connection? Perhaps MGB GT 1970s, a charming British sports coupe with a touch of practicality? Or could it be Ford Escort RS 2000 1973? So, which one do you think it is? The clock is ticking. And the correct answer is MGB GT 1970s, a beloved British classic. It's often called the perfect blend of style and performance. All right, pack up your guesses. We're moving on to the next car. A. Lotus Europa 1972 to 1975. B. Bentley T-Series 1970. C. Vauxhall Viva HC 1970. D. Triumph Stag 1970 to 1977. So, which one do you think it is? It's the Lotus Europa 1972 to 1975. Did you know? The Europa was one of the first production cars to feature a mid-engine layout, giving it superb handling for its time. Its lightweight fiberglass body and aerodynamic design were revolutionary. All right, let's move on to the next car. The first option is Rover P6 1970s. The second option is Morse Marina 1971. The third option is Rolls-Royce Corniche 1975. And the fourth option is Jaguar XJ6 1975. And the correct answer is Morse Marina 1971. Fun fact, the Morse Marina was designed to compete with Ford's Cortina, but it earned a reputation for being quirky and, let's say, unpredictable. It might not have been a sports car, but it sure had character. All right, let's not get stuck in the past. Time to rev up for the next one. Could it be the Vauxhall Viva HC 1970? Or maybe the sporty Triumph GT6 from the stylish 1970s? Perhaps it's the rugged Land Rover Defender Series 3 1971? Or is it the quirky Austin Allegro 1973? Take a guess. It's the Vauxhall Viva HC 1970. Let's move on to the next one. All right, here are your options. Bentley T-Series 1970, Sunbeam Alpine 1970s, Ford Capri MKI 1970, Jaguar E-Type Series 1 1970s. Take your guess. The correct answer is Bentley T-Series 1970. This luxury vehicle was known for its elegance and exceptional craftsmanship. It featured a powerful 6.2-liter V8 engine and was a favorite among British aristocracy during the 1970s. Now, let's move on. All right, here are your options. Austin Princess 1975, Rover 3500 1971, Ford Cortina MK3 1970s, Hillman Avenger 1970. The correct answer is Ford Cortina MK3 1970s. All right, moving on to the next one. Rolls-Royce Phantom 6 1970s, a car made for royalty, offering unmatched luxury and elegance. Triumph Spitfire MK4 1970s. A small, sporty roadster. Jaguar XJ6 1970. A stunning saloon combining luxury with outstanding performance. Lotus Elon Plus 2 1970s. A nimble and lightweight sports car, surprisingly roomy for its size. The correct answer is Jaguar XJ6 1970. It became an icon for British luxury and is still highly sought after by collectors today. Alright, let's see if you can figure this one out. Rover SD1 1976, Triumph Stag 1970 to 1977, MG Midget 1970s, Relay Robin 1970s. It's a Triumph Stag, hailing from Britain in the early 1970s. This elegant Grand Tourer, powered by a 3.0L V8, was designed for both style and comfort, often seen cruising scenic routes with its top down. Let's roll on to the next one. Could it be the robust Land Rover Series 3, a true off-road workhorse? Or the stylish Sunbeam Rapier, a classy cruiser of the 1970s? Perhaps the sleek Jaguar XJ12 Coupe, known for its luxurious appeal? Or maybe the practical Ford Granada? It is a Land Rover Series 3, introduced in 1971 and renowned for its ruggedness and versatility. This vehicle became an icon for explorers and adventurers around the world. Rolls-Royce Silver Spirit 1970s, Triumph Dolomite Sprint 1973, Vauxhall Victor 1970s, or maybe Aston Martin DBS 1970s. Take a guess. It is an Aston Martin DBS from the 1970s. Known for its elegant design and powerful six-cylinder engine, this car was often seen as a bridge between classic and modern Aston Martin styles. Could it be the Austin Mini Clubman 1970, the compact classic, or maybe the Sunbeam Tiger 1973 to 1974? How about the stylish Ford Capri RS 3100 1973? Or maybe the quirky and fun Citroën GS 1970? The correct answer is the Sunbeam Tiger, 1973 to 1974. Now that we've wrapped up our fun car quiz, let's tally up your results. 0 to 8 points, beginner level. You've just started exploring classic cars. There's much more to discover, but you're on the right track. 9 to 16 points, intermediate level. You know your classic cars pretty well. You've got a solid grasp of the 1970s vehicle scene, but there's still some room for growth. 17 to 24 points, advanced level. You're definitely a classic car enthusiast. You can recognize some iconic models with ease and have great knowledge of the 1970s car era. 25 to 30 points, expert level. You really know your classic cars. You can name and identify a variety of models from the 1970s with ease. Maybe you could even write a book on it. 31 to 32 points, master level. You're a true classic car aficionado. Your knowledge of 1970s cars is top-notch, and you probably know the ins and outs of every vehicle from this era. If you enjoy testing your knowledge of classic cars and want to see more quizzes like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more fun challenges. Stay tuned for more classic car trivia and other exciting content.